This is my video log for the new student dialogue video. I did the intersection of spirituality and religion. It was pretty interesting. I'm glad I chose that one. It's like something that's like relevant, I guess, compared to most things. Let's see. Active voice. Yeah, I feel like I participated a good amount. I definitely am the kind of person that puts in my 2 cents, so I feel like I did that there. It was a lot of talking about, like, there's it easily strayed away from like what the topic was, and it started to talk about just kind of like broad spectrum, like what is like the point of life kind of things. We got into like a lot of big picture kind of conversations, so I don't know how relevant that was to like the actual dialogue, but it was interesting. The people that like proctored it were really good, so that was nice. Thought they like actually knew what they were doing, and they did a good job of kind of like moving it forward as a whole. I think my dialogue went well because people definitely participated a good amount. Yeah. And I definitely think like there was the whole thing at the beginning that was like, what is a dialogue, and what's like the difference between dialogue, argument, and conversation. And that was kind of unusual to think about because it's like all seems like synonyms that people just like use all the time. But I guess there are more specific definitions within that. Like if you look up dialogue, it's an exchange of ideas or opinions on a particular issue, especially in politics or religious issues. So it seems like it's not really an argument, and I don't think it was. It seemed like it was actually at times it got pretty heated, but it was more of just like a discussion than an actual argument. Yeah, a lot of people sharing opinions. It seemed like it was a good. I don't really see how it fit into anything else academic actually. As far as like its relevance for incoming students, and how like functional it is in Library 101. No, I don't really see where it fits in. I mean, it was an interesting thing to go to, and I didn't mind doing it. It was just it didn't. I'm sure there's reasons that you guys tried to do this, but I don't know. I'm sure you could share, but hey. I feel like we spent a lot of time in the icebreaker. Yeah, it was like we were throwing around a beach ball. It was like entertaining, but I feel like with stuff like this, it takes so much time to just like get people into a comfortable situation that it seems like a really inefficient kind of thing. It was cool. It was weird to differentiate, like for mine specifically, the spirituality versus religion. It was like hard to differentiate between like between the two. They'd be like, do you think this issue is more spiritual thing or religious thing? And like a lot of the time I found myself in the middle because I didn't really know where it would fit on either side. It was cool though. A lot of the people there were like really well like opinionated on it, and some people were really like open to opinions, which was cool. It was a lot of like good discussion as opposed to just like shouting and angering. What happened at points, there was like one in particular person that kind of like made things like odd, but and a little heated, but that just brought in a really like interesting perspective to it, I guess. So it wasn't a bad thing. Yeah, it was cool. What else am I supposed to talk about? Please remember to keep your video log short, brief, long, between 5 and 10 minutes. Almost there. My like personal perspective on it is like I was like raised in a religious environment, so I'd like kind of consider myself religious, and I'm more like curious and open to it, and like still looking than definite. I know for sure, like a lot of people were there, which is kind of one of the reasons I chose that one versus the other ones, and the other topics were kind of unusual. I didn't really see much relation to the other ones compared to this one. This one was the only one I like actually had an opinion on. Yeah, so that's that. That's pretty much it. That's what I gotta say. It happened. It was a good time. I guess it was an alright assignment. Yeah. So long.